Nice macaroni salad you got there.
Oh, thank you. I had to add a lot of salt and pepper
Yeah.
for that extra kick, you know.
Yeah, so welcome to episode 21 of Terrorisk. Had a day. Went to
Dave and Buster's.
Dave and Buster's so you could play the Darth Vader game.
Yeah, I wanted to play the VR chat. It's actually a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I'm not a Jedi yet, I guess.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because, like, on the way there, you were talking about how it's like, oh, I love it because it's like Chuck E. Cheese for grown-ups. And you know what? And I agreed with you. I was like, yeah, that's pretty much the idea of it, right? Is to be able to just go there, drink with your adult friends and play video games with your adult. But you go there, and there's still, like, a shitload of kids. And then you're like, okay, well, I guess alcohol doesn't really stop anything.
No,
right?
I got pissed because, like, there's, like, another grown man, like, playing the Vader game, the virtual reality one. Vader Immortal it's called. And I was watching him and just like getting it and like seeing like watching him play, like, okay, maybe I can do better than that. And I went to go, I was like waiting right behind him, and then right once he got off, two other kids just ran up, like little kids, like 10 or under, just ran up to the thing, just grabbed the headset and put it on. I'm like, fucking bastards, what am I gonna do? Like, I wish it was an adult, so I'm like, hey dude, the fuck, I was fucking standing here, but they were like little kids. What am I gonna do?
Beat
I was
'em up.
upset. Yeah, I should have beat the shit out of those kids.
Yeah.
Like, just clonk their heads together.
That would have been the right
Where
thing.
the
Like
fuck are your parents?
And then you heard like coconut
did
sounding
they teach
like
you
a.
any fucking manners? Get the fuck out of my face. You
And-
don't deserve to fight Vader.
And then you bonk their heads together and you hear the coconut sound like clunk,
Like a cartoon.
like a dunk.
And they just go on, and there's like stars like bling, bling, around their head.
Yeah, that's what you should have done. That's what should have happened, but missed opportunities, man.
And then the mom and dad come and go, "What did you do?" And I'm like, "I clonked their fucking heads together because they jumped in front of me on the game." They'd be like, "Thank you. My kids need to be taught a lesson."
Oh man, it's good that we got the message out there to the people because they need to know. Like, you got to control your kids at Dave and Buster's.
Oh,
That's
we're gonna
not
beat the shit out of them.
that's not a space for that's not a safe space for children, right? Kids don't fucking belong at Dave and Buster's. They ruin the
I'm
experience.
trying to play Vader Immortal, and these fucking kids just run up and start fucking the headset up. I had to call the tech guy afterwards because I paid, and then the headset was broken because they fucked it up.
Yo, fuck that guy.
Fucking, oh. No, the tech was great. He
Oh,
even
okay.
paid for an extra 2 games for me.
Well, fuck the situation that brought the guy there.
Yeah, I know.
That sucks. I'm sorry, man. I'm
You
sorry.
bring your fucking kids to Dave and Buster's. Get them the fucking hell out of my games, okay?
Yeah.
Unless they know what they're doing.
The whole time, honestly, like, my biggest complaint, I was there, I was like, yo, they've got, like, okay games, but they got none of the essentials, you know? They didn't have, like, fighting games, like, the necessary ones, like Tekken. Street Fighter. Mortal Kombat, fucking...
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Marvel vs. Cap. They didn't have any of the real shit, the real hardcore, like, arcade gaming experience.
Well, this isn't some, like, Chinatown, like, hole-in-the-wall, like, in a alleyway arcade where, like, these kids are fucking serious. It's just novelty.
All right, you know what? You've been to a pool hall, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you go into a pool hall, and it's a relatively, like, commercial/public space where a customer could walk in, rent a table, but it's still relatively respectable. I mean, you'll go in, you'll see a mixture of casuals and, like, actual, like, enthusiasts and maybe even some hardcore players, right? With their gloves and their custom stick. Yo, if you go to an
There's no hardcore players.
so if you go to an arcade in Japan, like, it looks less like an arcade, like a Dave and Buster's or whatever, and it looks more like a pool hall. You know, they have, like, everything, like, you know,
yeah,
like,
I got that. I've been to so many of these arcades in Manhattan.
yeah.
When, like, in Chinatown, I'm like, but these kids are fucking serious. They're like,
Yeah.
you can see they have their face on there.
They have the arcade etiquette, like, there's rules, like, you know, like, you put your quarter down, that means it's your next game, you know.
We used to do that at the South Beach arcade down Sand Lane.
Yeah.
Like you know, with D&D mostly.
And you know what? And you know what's fucked up?
Dance Dance Revolution.
And what's fucked up is that it was actually a good idea to include alcohol into the mix, right? To be able to go in and just like have a bar there where you could.
Well, actually, the original Chuck E. Cheese's was meant to be adult, and they served alcohol. There was a diner and a restaurant, and you had this rat thing come out and like tell dirty jokes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was meant to be an adult thing at first, and then ended up being, the Chuck
I would have
E.
been,
Cheese.
yeah, I would have been down with that. I would have been down with that more than what it is now, to be honest. I would have liked that. But like,
you looked like a cracked out rat at first.
but you know what? Even what I'm saying is, even if they did do that, even if they did follow through with that, like you go to a barcade, you hardly ever see like the true hardcore. Maybe I just haven't been to enough barcades. Maybe there's some barcades out there that are actually like true to the core, also like about the fucking performance gaming. Just like competitive gaming and shit. Because that's what I like. That's the most exciting to me when I go to an arcade and I see like really good players there, just like giving it their A game. I'm like, you guys have no lives, but you guys are putting on one hell of a show. Like, this is good shit.
I know. I just like running around, being like, "What's that game? What's this game?" Just running around like a little kid.
It was actually another big game for like hardcore players too. Crazy Taxi. That was like a game where you saw like crowds of kids like gather around, like, holy shit, this guy is mad fucking insane. At Crazy Taxi. He's good at picking people up and dropping them off. Like, that's...
I don't like racing games too much. I'll play it in an arcade just like as a novelty thing, like, woo, I'm in a chair, but like that's about it.
You know who I've always respected? The fucking DDR kids. Because some of them were so good.
Yeah. I tried to get good. I never got good.
Yeah, you see like some of the ones that really wear like the special toe shoes, all that shit. They go
And they
hardcore.
hog the machine. They bring like a fucking sack of quarters. Like they got it like their part-time job paycheck, and they just show up to the arcade with like 1,000,000 quarters and just hog the machine the whole time.
Yeah. That's how you get good. You
Yeah, I
gotta.
guess so.
That's how you really show dedication to the game. Let's see what else is good. I haven't been to an arcade. Well, actually, it's been fairly recent, I guess. But when you go to one of those arcades with laser tag,
Oh my god! I just
you okay there, buddy?
went down the wrong tube. Yeah. I haven't played laser tag in so long. I want to play laser tag.
Yeah, it's fun. It's one of those things. You go to like a big enough sports world-esque place, you'll see some fucking laser tag. Oh man, you know what the problem is? We gotta expand. We gotta go out and like spend time around people that aren't like Staten Island white. Like we gotta go and get more cultured. Otherwise, we're just gonna lose our fucking minds hanging around one demographic. Even if you're not even hanging with them, just being around like one kind of people for too long, I think could really fuck you up. You don't think so?
I'm like trying to think. You're talking about like Staten Island white. I'm like, is most of the friend group Staten Island white? Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I mean, not my friend groups. Like I could show you around. I wanna like if we started hanging out more, consistently. I wanna not like hang out in Staten Island so often. I gotta get the fuck back out to like, my Brooklyn homies and shit. You should come with though. So I need you to come with me.
Okay.
We should go hang out with like Carmen over by his hood in Queens.
Okay, I'm down.
All right, word.
What can we do there? I want to go to that fucking Korean barbecue again.
Yeah, we could do that.
That was the shit.
I want to go to Spa Castle.
What's that?
It's like this huge spa complex. You go there with your friends. You could just spend the day there. They got good food and they got all sorts of like jacuzzi type things and saunas. It's good. It's
I
relaxing.
thought you were about to like tell me about a rub and tug.
No.
Spa Castle. I'm like, okay, we're doing this, I guess.
Oh wait, you think that's a group? That could be a group
Bring me
thing?
some, like underground soap house or some shit.
Go with all your friends. It's like, yeah, this is what we're doing, guys. We're gonna go and commission some ladies to rub us down, wash us down.
Sounds like a night. And then plus the food and sauna and everything. Also, like you just come out completely rejuvenated.
Oh man, if they had
ready for the work week.
If they had some alcohol with that would be pretty dope.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You go to the bar, go to the sauna. Spend
I don't
the
know.
night.
I still have some ethical hangups with that kind of thing. Like that. Like I talked to you about that, where it's like basically these are all like sex trafficked women from like fucking poor ass North Korea or China or some shit.
Yeah, that's gonna happen. Like Better off like you or me than like someone like douchebag who's gonna get too handsy.
It's still going to be that.
Be cool about it. Be
It's still it's still
nice.
going to be that douchebag that gets too handsy eventually, and you know they'll probably try to make more money, take more work, find some gangster, and that gangster will murder her, and he'll be like, I got connections, I could get away with this. I just killed a prostitute. Who cares?
No, I had a prostitute once. I bought her food and Whataburger. I played her a couple songs on my guitar. Probably weird for her. She's like, what's going on here? I'm like, I can't just like do this thing and not.
When it comes to that like
watch Chappelle show a little bit.
when it comes to that street level like sex work shit, I think the only solution is to just make like sex bots more realistic and shit. You know, make them more accessible to these degenerates, so that they don't put like human lives.
What about like pedos? Like, you think we can just give them like little boy sex bots and just like, okay, just get it out of your fucking system and don't rape anyone?
Nah, I think more likely we probably end up fucking like exterminating them. That's what I see most likely happening, to be honest. Actually, I don't even fucking know, because like I mean I look at it like this, like at the rate we're going, it's going to be like pseudo hyper capitalist fascism, and if in that kind of society,
but even if you had the sex bots, like think about it, I don't know if Bill Cosby really did, but if he did, right, he had money. He could have bought any sex worker anytime he wanted, but the idea was like a power thing. To be able to like, I drugged this person, I was able to do this.
yeah.
So like, I don't think sex bots would actually solve all those problems, because some people would just be like, I want to be able to do this and get away with it.
Well, I don't think it's like, I mean, with the whole like Epstein Island thing, I don't think that was necessarily this like crazy 100% like Cthulhu powered evil cabal that was solely interested in fucking kids. I think it was more so like the CIA decided to tag a guy who they could use as like, you know, kind of like a proxy to create this honeypot of an island where like they could get the who's who of celebrities, politicians, maybe even some like enemies of the American regime, you know, just to have a good time at this island. And if the CIA could get pictures of them like, you know, getting their feet massaged by like a little kid, that already is pretty shady. And I think that's good enough of a reason for this kind of thing to like, I mean, I personally don't think it's a good reason, but I could see that as enough of a reason for.
You get them in there and you take pictures, and anything happens, you can be like, listen, buddy.
Yeah.
We can fucking ruin your whole life.
Yeah, dude, how do you think the CIA operates? You know how often, that's why they're so evil. Do you know how often they use like child prostitutes, and then they'll get like, you know, like some like general from like South America there at the right place at the right time, and then they'll have like the right like fucking honey.
Yeah, but the person has to take the bait. That means those people were already willing to fuck a child prostitute.
100%. At the same time,
that's their fucking fault too.
No. At the same time, you also it's not impossibly hard to put like someone in an incriminating position like that, right? It can't be too terrible. Like, especially a man in power, like you get like a girl who looks like 20 something, but she's actually like 15. You know, like you find that in like Russia. I'm sure you could set it up. If you were the CIA, I'm sure they do that all the time too. Where it doesn't even have to, you could literally deceive them. You know, like you could say like, oh, whatever, it's never explicitly stated how old I was. You didn't care. You're a person of power, you know, like.
That's why you should fucking ask.
Yeah, but
in the very least, right?
Yeah.
You know, like, if you're going to be smart about doing something like that, something shady like that to begin with, wouldn't you?
Well, the idea is, I mean, as a people in our 30s now, like we could easily say like, yo, if they don't look our age, they don't fucking look our age. We probably shouldn't be messing with it anyway.
You can also tell by fucking talking to someone.
Oh yeah, that's it. Honestly, like older like chicks my age have told me it's like, yeah, and it's like it's easy to tell if you look at their like accessories, like the quality of like their bracelets and shit. Like that's just one really good way to tell someone's age, and it's only relevant if they're like over the age of like what's it called, consent. And yeah, I guess that's just one of the telltale ways. But you're right. Anything short of like what is it? Directly asking for ID, you can never be too sure. Like,
let me see your ID.
Fucking CIA setting all their enemies up to be pedophiles and shit. That's scary, man.
I think Michael Jackson was fucking framed. I don't think he tried to sexually assault anyone.
But I do think he was fucking.
He was fucked in the head, but they used that against him. But he also, I think he knew some shit, more shit than he should have known. You know, and they realized like this motherfucker is like famous everywhere. If he says something, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, right, Michael Jackson said this shit. What do we do about it?"
Yeah,
if you
but-
expose some shit, everyone would be on Michael Jackson's side.
Yeah, but if they could get to like JFK, like why would they go through that much effort for Michael Jackson? They could have just easily capped him.
Because he's popular everywhere in the world. If he exposes something, everyone in the world knows. Everyone. Even if you don't like Michael Jackson, you fucking know it.
So they could have just capped him. Killed his ass, you know?
Good. Then it would have looked like an assassination.
Well, yeah. I mean, the JFK thing looked like an assassination too.
Maybe they gotta switch it up.
Are you a Michael Jackson fan? Were you a Michael Jackson fan? So I gotta know in case you're biased.
I like Michael Jackson.
Yeah. What are your?
I'm not like this is my favorite, but like it's good.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Like, tell
I
me.
don't really have much to say.
Tell
about
me your earliest memories of Michael Jackson.
I don't know. My mom listened to Michael Jackson when I was a kid. No, I have nothing else to say about that. So
You got nothing else to
he's
say
just
about
trying to
Michael
like
Jackson?
kill time using me.
Yeah, that's what we got to do. See, let me explain to you podcasting, man. The number one thing we got to like avoid is dead air. We can't have that. That's the one thing. It's like the one rule. It doesn't matter if you say something off the wall ridiculous. It's the game. Think of it as a game, you know, like just we can't have dead air, you know, because that's the one thing that'll truly waste a listener's time. It's one thing if we say whatever nonsense, that's one thing, but if it's just dead air, it's like, oh man.
Awkward to the listener too.
Yeah, exactly. So you just gotta like fill it in with whatever bullshit. I mean, it's just like the thing is like I'm usually good at that. I'm usually good at fucking avoiding dead air, but like moments like that when it's like I realized I didn't have my weed on me and like in my pockets and I had to like walk like 10 feet to get it. I was hoping that you as my co-host could like fill in that time. So
I see.
yeah.
I'm a little bit tired today also.
Well, I mean, you had a
I
late.
slept over someone's house. I woke up and I'm just like, ugh, just went along my day because I just, for some reason, was just craving fucking going to Dave & Buster's.
Yeah. I got the vibe that you're ruled by your impulses like that.
Yeah. It's just like, I have to follow that. I just had to try at least.
Nah, I mean, honestly, I just feel like you got to believe in yourself more. Because like, I don't know, I feel like if you believed in yourself more, you would have faith in your own like more complex plans. I feel like if you believe in yourself more to make more intricate like more crazier like moving parts and plans as opposed to just randomly saying like, "Oh, let's go to Dave & Buster's," you know? I'm down to go to Dave & Buster's like on Molly.
You wouldn't be able to fight Vader. I'd be like, hey, man, I love you, dude. I saw the prequels. I understand, dude.
Well,
Come here. Give me a hug, man.
That would be really fun to watch.
And
to
all of
be
a sudden, the
honest.
game is just like, I win. They're like, this is the only way to win, actually. And this motherfucker had to come in here, like, fucked up on MDMA to realize all he had to do was give Vader a hug. The whole game is, like, rigged. You can't fight your way through it. You have to surrender and just become the light side and just, Vader, I love you.
Actually, you know what I really want to do?
I love you, Hayden Christensen.
You know what I really want to? You know what I really want to do with you? Fucking batting cages.
I've never done that. I don't have any desire to.
Okay. What about go-kart racing?
Yeah, I love that shit. I'll do that.
All right, let's do
Is
go-kart
that
racing.
bumper car place still there?
I
by
don't
the
think
mall?
so. I don't fucking think so.
That arcade place?
Fun Bubble.
No. That used to be the place in Highland.
I don't know.
West Fun Bubble. They had the breakdance. They had the breakdance shows when I was a kid. In 6th grade, I would go there and dance. And play shit like Shaggy and Eiffel 65
Yeah.
in like 2000 something.
And you were you like some prime talent for breakdancing?
Yeah. I breakdanced. That was good. I wore Adidas.
What were some of your special moves?
Coffee grinder's my best. Yep.
Oh my god.
I do a fucking perfect, effortless coffee grind.
Also, we haven't. Have you? When was the last time you've been to the fucking movies?
I don't know why I want to go to a movie. I like movies. I like sitting there and watching a movie. I like to be entertained.
I'm sure you do. I mean, who doesn't, right?
You just sit there, you eat something, you just chill and let just you relax. So you just can be entertained. You don't have to try. Like video games are entertaining, but like you have to like put like energy, mental effort.
Yeah. I usually, sometimes, like, even when I watch movies and stuff, I find myself exerting mental energy because, like, I'll realize maybe it's just, like, my attention span is just slowly getting worse, but I'll be watching something and I'll have to rewind it, like, 10 seconds. I'll be like, what the fuck did he just say?
That's called ADD. It's a real thing.
I guess, but still, like, I think it's something that becomes, like, more pronounced also, like, it wasn't always like that for me. I used to be more attentive. It's also because, like, we have, like, cell phones now, and we just look at that constantly while we're doing anything. Then again, I can't knock it. I've also learned a whole bunch because of it, like with cooking and stuff. I learned how to make a lot of dishes. Not that you'd know, because as you can see, I don't keep my kitchen really stocked with anything.
Not even salt.
Yeah, as of now, I'm still in the always eating out phase of my bachelorship. It's been working out. I don't mind.
The occasional ramen.
At the occasional ramen, yeah, but it doesn't really count. But I'm planning to make a trip up to H Mart soon.
I want to get stuff.
What?
I need to get stuff.
Yeah, I want to get some rice. I want to get green onion. I want to get some banchan. I want to get like more noodles.
I want more noodles.
I also have to get sesame oil, rice wine vinegar, olive oil probably. Let's get a bunch of shit. Maybe I should start with like, I don't know, like a spice rack.
That's very important.
For cooking, yeah.
You need your condiments.
Yeah.
And they don't go bad. They're just there.
Spices, yeah.
Spices are your friends.
Spice is nice. I definitely like cooking with spices as opposed to not cooking with spices. Jesus Christ. All right, so what I want to know is now that you're back to being a working man, do you feel like you have less energy than you usually do?
Yeah, actually. A lot of the time. You just makes sense. You use a lot of energy and wake up when you don't, It's a crazy thing. That when you're not, it seems like it would be normal to wake up when your body's like, okay, I'm rested. But when you work, you have to wake up when your body's like, dude, you stay asleep. And you're like, fuck, I can't. I have a time limit. And it's like unnatural. It's fucked. Like if life was natural, you just had to, tend to your crops, garden, and you didn't have a set, hard and fast timeline. You could always be like, okay, I need an extra couple hours of sleep. I know I do. Fuck it. And you still get your shit done.
Dude, you know what?
Eventually.
You know what scares the shit out of me for you, man? Sorry, my phone is just making noises. You know what scares the shit out of me, man? I feel like this world is just becoming more and more inhospitable for you.
Yeah, probably.
Like this whole value-based hyper-capitalist regime that's just controlling our whole lives down to our consciousness. Yeah, I don't think that's good for you. I can't see you. I can't see you really thriving in that kind of.
Probably not.
So how does that make you feel? Like, how do you feel about the fact that our society is being pushed towards this fucked up, myopic march towards death based on like what you can produce in terms of material value?
I don't know, I just know I hate when it's like I have to be there at 9. It's like, what if I can get there at a different time and still get the work done? Like, I think it should be like production value, not time. I'd rather get paid for producing things more than I'm paid for the hours I'm there.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I like bike messenger work, commission.
I just want to say it was so cool that my cat just like walked across the whole thing without tipping the camera over, without stepping on anything. He was super he was super careful. So anyway, look.
Damn, I'm tired. Sorry.
I mean, yeah, I get that you're tired. We got about a half hour left of this shit, so you got to stick in there. No more weed for you. More
I
beer
don't, I
though.
need one here. The joint.
No more for you.
Put it in my mouth.
All right. So listen, I just want to say, like, I know you haven't seen a single cent from doing this podcast, which we probably don't know if we'll ever expect, but I just want to say I appreciate your effort in doing this project. I think it's just nice, you know, to sit down and talk to someone, and it's also, I don't know, I mean, it's just like sometimes like I would just think about it, I'll be like, oh yeah, whatever, the podcast. But then I don't know, I got like tagged in this post today about this guy that I kind of vaguely speak to every once in a while on Facebook, and then he's like, oh yeah, he announced he's doing a podcast, and he tagged me in the comments. He was like, as a admirer of Terrorisk. And I was like, oh shit, you know, that's a fan. We have fans now, you know, that's cool. Even if it's like one or two fans, it's like, huh, you know.
I wonder how they find out about it.
Well, I mean, I would share it on Facebook and stuff, and plenty of my friends on Facebook would see it, but just to know that someone's like at least like listens to it, it's like, this doesn't make me want to stab like pencils into my ears. Like, all right, you know, like that's
it doesn't hurt.
yeah, that's it.
That's you know, at least we can get like, it doesn't bother you. It's kind of like busking.
Yeah.
Playing music on the street. You know, you don't know where you're at. You know, is this gonna bother the people around me? If it doesn't, that's great.
Indeed.
And then before you know it, you've closed your eyes. You've been playing your ass off. You don't even know if people are giving you money. You open your eyes and there's like 20 people around, like, woo, that's fucking awesome. You're like, holy shit. I guess it's good that I'm here. You know.
Yeah, exactly. So there's that, and it's I don't know. Doesn't really cost us much. Doesn't cost us anything. We're just free to just do our thing.
Yeah, that bag ruffling. Bothering me. Oh, nice.
You know what we should do? We should
What?
go to the fucking Bronx Zoo.
Oh my god, I've been wanting to go to the zoo so bad. You just like woken the inner child. Oh, Dave
Yeah,
and Buster's, the zoo. I want to go to the zoo.
Yeah,
When?
let's go to the zoo.
Can we go tomorrow?
Fucking tomorrow? Maybe. Yeah.
You have work.
Is it? I don't have work till Tuesday. I'm on
Oh,
vacation.
yeah. Can we go to the zoo? Oh my god, how much is the zoo now?
I don't know. We could look it up.
They have the rainforest thing you can walk through and it smells like fucking like animals.
We're
and
talking
shit.
about the Bronx Zoo, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or the Manhattan Zoo. I've been to Manhattan a lot of times. I might have been to the Bronx.
There's a Manhattan Zoo.
Yeah. And there's also Staten Island Zoo, which is
Well,
pretty
I know
good.
the Staten Island Zoo.
It's pretty good.
I do know of the Staten
We
Island
can go to
Zoo.
the Staten Island Zoo. I want to go to the zoo.
We got to see if they're even open since COVID. Because I don't know, like COVID.
Yeah, they are. It's been a long time. Come on.
You think so? I mean, you can't be
Please?
sure, right? I'm looking it up right now. I got to see if they're like, if they're seriously, what's it called? Wow, so tickets like 37 bucks.
For the Bronx?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure you could get like a pass if you wanted to.
37's not too for all day.
Yeah, for one admission, valid for peak days and times. I wonder what the hours are. What do you want to see at the Bronx Zoo, Brendan?
All the aminals,
Yeah, which ones?
all the gorillas, and the monkeys, and the burbs.
Oh,
and-
tomorrow it's open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We could probably just show up and like buy tickets or whatever.
That's kind of early to close. I don't like that.
What you expect to go there like pitch night, like just like at the zoo? No, it's a daytime
That's when the
attraction.
zoo gets cool.
It's a daytime attraction, Brendan.
No, I know.
Imagine trying to throw a party like a rave at a zoo, and like the other people get on drugs and start fucking with the animals, and start throwing penguins around and shit. They're like, look at the penguin. I'm just thinking because they do that dance party thing at like nighttime sometimes at Great Adventure, and I know
Where's
for
Six Flags?
oh, that's in New Jersey.
Oh, I haven't been. How much is that? I
It's
haven't
like
been to a music park in forever.
it's probably like $50 a ticket. Why, you want to go to fucking Six Flags?
Oh, fucking yes, I do.
All right. Well, I hate going to those places sober. So usually when I go to Six Flags, I bring like Molly or take like acid or something, and it
I'll
just
take acid and go to Six Flags.
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you think you can handle it?
Oh, once I take it, I'm gonna have to.
All right, fine. I'm down with that. Let's see if someone else would go. We should have someone babysit us, like Seamus. We'll bring Seamus. Be like, yo, Seamus, we're gonna be on acid. We need you to make sure we don't die.
I don't know. I don't think we should. No, we don't. We don't need mayo. I don't think we need a babysitter. I wouldn't do a lot. Enough to be like, whoa, but not like, curled up in a ball and now I have to meet God.
We'll do a tab. No, but here's the thing. Oh, that's actually a good point. Like, so if we go up there, just me and you, I'd be driving. But if we both like trip and then hang out at Great Adventure, I would still be tripping on the drive back. And I don't know if that's like the best idea.
Maybe we can just go and not trip.
I don't want to do that. I'm not fucking doing that.
All right, I have a long time to think about this, so not anytime soon. Six Flags.
All right.
We should get sponsored by Six Flags, and then they'll just let us go there.
Maybe. I don't know. We also have to think about like fucking, I don't know, like variety in the content. The radio thing was cool. I liked doing that, and I think I could like. There's some things I could like purchase like equipment wise that'll help make that easier. It's just my biggest fear with that is like we really can't do that shit if like we're gonna be hitting copyright stuff. And I'm not worried about like I guess local shit, but Dave's stuff might hit copyright stuff. Like if it's Bad Vacation because they're all signed and stuff. I'm pretty sure. Last I checked. But another avenue of content could be like the gaming thing. I really think we should do some games together, even if it's not for whatever content.
I want to do Assassin's Creed or Red Dead 2.
Assassin's Creed? Like, what do you mean?
Like Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is though, we'd have to really commit on to the same system if you want to play a game like that. Like we'd have to.
I'm gonna get my Xbox One shipped over here.
But isn't the new ones like the Series X or the Series S, right?
No, it's all on Xbox One.
No, I mean like the new generation of Xbox.
I think the new generation is gonna be on Xbox One still. The new one coming out soon, is probably on Xbox One.
What?
Is it Illusion?
Oh, Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you could play Assassin's Creed.
Mirage. Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Yeah, that's what you could play, but what about something like we could play? Like you could keep playing, you could do your Assassin's Creed shit, that's fine, I mean no one's stopping you.
2-player?
Yeah, like something
We'd have to play Red Dead Online 2 together.
Yeah, I would play that on PC though.
Yeah, I can't hook up to that.
Unless I get like an Xbox, but if I got an Xbox, I wouldn't get an Xbox One. I'd get like a Series X or something.
Same shit.
Maybe
you can still link up to the games.
Yeah. When I was on PS4 playing Red Dead Online, I got a really high rank. I played a lot of it. I was pretty good at it. I'm still pretty good at it. I know how to stockpile like explosive rounds and shit, and there's players.
Red Dead 2?
Yeah.
You beat the main story?
Yeah.
Best story ever.
It's up there. I'd say it's up there. Definitely up there. 100%.
I played that game like 20 times over. It's like watching a good movie again.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the first things I'm going to do once I get my Xbox back. Just get right up in that.
Yeah, that game did a good job of blending like cinematography with gameplay. That was pretty crazy.
Yes.
Like
it felt like you were in a Western game.
Yeah, like 1 minute
movie.
it would be like seamless transition. Like you would just be walking into a barn, like aiming your gun, and then out of nowhere a guy jumps in, and that'll be a cutscene, and you'd be like, "Whoa, that was pretty." That was a good segue. I like shit like that. Red Dead was good, story wise too. I mean, someone else said this before, but it's true. Like most of the best games now are like really, really geared towards depressed people, right? They're always about like some dude who's like basically he's over all of it, and he's pretty much got one foot in the grave, and everything around him is so like bleak, and there's really no use of going on. And you as the player, that's when you come into the story and you're like, this is good. This is a good game. Like this is.
I think somewhere deep down you romanticize that. Like if you thought you were gonna die soon, you have nothing to lose. Like I think we all crave that freedom. And like if somebody like tomorrow said like, okay, you have cancer, you got like a year.
Yeah.
You would be like, wow, I could do even though you could have done all the things you wanted to do, but now like you have nothing to lose. And you can just go fucking wholeheartedly into whatever you always wanted to do.
Yeah.
It's like a Breaking Bad kind of thing.
You know what
I'm going to fucking die anyway, so I might as well do all the things I was afraid to do my whole life.
You know what a lot of people do when they get terminal news? Well, this is honestly, I see myself doing this. Like, where, like, you know, you find out it's like, oh, you got like 6 months to live. And you don't tell your family because you're like, what the fuck good is that going to do, honestly? You're like, you feel a responsibility to, sure. But you're like, I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm not going to tell them. Who cares if I don't tell them? I'll just die. Which is very irresponsible. I don't think anyone should do that. But that always becomes an option. But I feel like a common motif in a lot of stories, specifically that are like that, it's like they'll go like, oh, I'm just going to find someone who's like fucked up, you know, and like help them. And like whatever it takes, whether it means like I have to give my life for it, because like I know I'll be dead in 6 months. At least I could die knowing I did something good for this person who would have been dead without me if I didn't make that sacrifice. And there's so many movies like that, you know, like where a guy finds out he's like about to die and he's like, what am I going to do except like give my life for someone who still has a chance? I don't have a chance. I'm going to be dead soon, you know? And Red Dead did that exact same thing, didn't they? Like Red Dead 2, like Arthur literally knew he had nothing else to like live for. And he was like, fuck, what else is there to do except just give my life to these people who have a chance, you know?
Yeah. He also lived his whole life just listening to that fucking dude. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, man.
I'm still fucking hungry. I should have bought a sandwich. I thought like, you know, $5 worth of pasta salad would be enough.
Should have listened to me, man. Oh, man. It's just, I'm sick and tired of seeing these moments of regret where I have to hear you say, I should have did this, when I know for a fact that at one time I said you should do this. And then I have to hear it afterwards.
Feeling
like,
a sandwich at the time.
Yeah, I know. Famous last words, as they say. I wasn't feeling a sandwich. Famous last words.
Rest in peace.
They'll
Brendan
be like
Anderson.
They'll be like stranded on
September
an.
24th,
They'll be
2022. He didn't get a sandwich.
They'll be like stranded on an island, like, you know, after like.
Should have got the fucking sandwich. I'm fucking hungry. No, I have to eat grass.
Yeah, that's the worst way to go. Is not the worst, but one of the worst ways to go is just slow death by starvation.
I came here to die and eat grass, and there ain't no grass nowhere.
Yeah, dude, that sucks, man.
I know.
I mean, just imagine like just withering to death. What do you think is worse, dying of thirst or dying of hunger?
I don't know.
Definitely dying of hunger, man.
Thirst is pretty fucking serious.
Yeah, that too.
And it's all slow
Yeah.
and horrible.
And drowning is also really horrible.
Yeah, but once you intake the water, you go into bliss mode.
What about quicksand?
That has to suck.
Yeah, that does have to suck. You know, people romanticize like jumping off a building. I think that sucks. Like, cause like
I don't get why people's like with the facts still like try to jump off of like bridges and shit to kill, because like once you hit that water, it's like fucking concrete. Every bone in your body breaks, and that might not kill you, and now you're just drowning in like undescribable pain, like every bone in your body is like shattered.
Well, even if you
that's not a like. Why do you think that's a great way to go?
But like, even if you jumped into concrete, there's still that whole drop to think about it. You know, like maybe this wasn't the best idea. You know, that's the worst. Like when you've committed already and you've got time before your actual
Once
death.
you're committed, you accept it.
I don't know. I think
If there's no way out, your brain accepts it. I've been times where I've been doored and all of a sudden I fall into the street and a fucking truck is coming and the tire's coming at me and I just and just relax. I'm like, it's gonna happen. Oh shit, I'm alive.
Yeah.
But I was totally like, I'm dead.
Yeah. Just
Like,
remember when you act out your shit, you guys still talking to the mic.
Okay.
And also, I heard what you're saying. Yes, that is like a moment before death where you have time to reflect on it. But it's not. It's still different.
If you can't get up fast enough or change the outcome, your brain automatically calculates that and goes peace mode, and you're just chill about it.
All right, but it's still different than like willingly jumping off of a building knowing you're about to smack concrete in a few
Also,
seconds.
like Ram Dass talks about, like when he does things where he'll like be with somebody while they're dying. And,
I'm sorry. It's just you like scooping out the mayonnaise
I'm
from this
fucking hungry.
container.
Yeah, there's bits of carrots and veggies in there too. I'm just not just eating fucking mayo. There's also salt, pepper, a little bit of like cukes, maybe some carrots.
Should have got a fucking
I
sandwich.
should have got a fucking sandwich.
Next time you got to get the sandwich, man. You can't just settle with macaroni
I
salad.
lost my train of thought.
We were talking about suicide. And like what
Hey,
goes
don't even do it. You're just gonna die anyway. Just wait. Don't worry, it's gonna happen.
No, that's so much easier said than
You
done.
don't have to like put any effort into it. It's gonna happen.
That's so much easier said than done for some people, though. Some people just really cannot stand living. At least that's how they put it, like before they kill themselves.
Well, you don't know if you're gonna be able to stand whatever comes afterwards. So I don't know.
Maybe nothing. It's probably
Maybe
nothing.
but you don't know.
It's probably nothing, though.
Atheism is still also a blind faith that there's nothing. You don't know. You didn't do it yet. And you're not gonna know until it happens.
Right. Yeah.
Just wait. You're gonna die. Just chill. Wait around. The whole. You're dying right now. You're doing great. You're gonna die.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me.
No. It's just gonna happen, without your consent.
Well, my problem is usually that I feel like people keep acting like they're going to live forever. That's my problem. I think too many people are living as if they're too chill about it, you know, as if they're never going to die. They waste a lot of time, and by the time they get to that point where it's like, you know, they're closer to their death than not, they're like, oh fuck, I wasted a lot of time, didn't I? And they start freaking out and they start making bad decisions that adversely affects people around them. And I'm like, this could have all been avoided if you just like, if you weren't such a fucking like idiotic narcissist and think that you're gonna live forever, like a pure hedonist, where you just want to do what feels good. You know, it's like you could at least consider like, no, you wasted your fucking time for so many years, and there's a point where you should have stopped doing that. And some people just don't get that, and that upsets me.
Well, no, I don't care. That's their decision.
Yeah, exactly. But still, because like at the end of the day, you know, one has to still be around to hear them bitch about it, you know?
Mom.
I'm not giving you this weed, no. 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 No, fuck you, Brendan.
Weed goes there.
Fuck you. You know what goes there? My dick.
I saw that comment.
Yeah, bitch. Fucking got you. Got him. Yes. And this is after you cracking hollow ass yo mama jokes one after the other. Now I got you with a good one. You were asking for it. You walked right into that one. And you started it. Yeah, right. You still hit like a bitch. A bitch. Here, you want?
Yeah, sure.
Smoking it. Smoking the weed. All right, now we're making good time. We got about 17 minutes left, so it's time to wrap it up. We got to wrap it up with some. We got to wrap it up with some current events.
It's kind of boring today. What happened today? We saw a guy hit the car. We can talk about that.
That was pretty funny.
We're just like trying to park into the deli to get some beer, some food, and this drunk dude in like a white truck.
We don't know if he was drunk. He could have just been stupid as fuck.
He was just stupid, I guess. Maybe I don't know. He just kept backing up, going. And he backed up, and he went into someone's parked car and just boom in the back of it. And then just like kept doing the back and forth shit until he finally like found the right angle and just went drove away. And we're just sitting there like getting ready to park, like watching this. And like he's like.
Yeah, I was
What
sitting
the
there.
fuck is going on?
I was like, did we just witness that?
and I'm just like, we didn't see nothing.
Yo, this guy backed into this car so hard. The car like literally skipped forward like at least 4 inches. You know, I was like, holy shit, this man moved this car.
He
Like,
just hit and run.
I was just worried, like, just imagine like the car just doesn't start or some shit. Like, and I would just like, I would walk out at the deli like watching this guy trying to start his car, and he's like, oh fuck. You know, it's like, what the fuck happened to my car? Like, you know, and I'll be like, do I tell him? Do I just not say anything?
We don't know the license plates. We're gonna be like some dude in a white fucking truck just went boom and just bounced. Sorry, we saw it, but we didn't really see who it was.
Yeah, that was
We just watched it and go, what, just like sat there like, whoa.
Yeah, no, that was fucked up. I was pissed for the owner of that car, to be honest. Like, I was like, if that was me, I would have fucking been so pissed. Like, seriously.
Come here, kitty.
If you're gonna talk to the cat, at least do it into the mic, man, so that everyone can know what you're saying to the cat.
Cat's halfway in front of the...
It's okay. The cat could block the mic as long as the cat doesn't.
Just look at the fluff.
Yeah, I know.
Look at that fluff. That's
could-
good fluff right there.
He could block the mic.
Some
He just
delicious
can't-
fluff.
He
You just want
can't
to eat it all up.
He can't knock the mic.
Fluff. This cat's made out of cotton candy and fluffy love.
Nah, he's made out of meat, bone, carbon-based animal.
Can I have your meat, cat?
Damn, he's got that grown-up face on right now. He's showing his age. When I first got him, he was a little baby kitten. Now he's like this big-ass fucking man cat. Oh, it scared him. Here, come on. Let's get you out of there.
Aw. He's like, this is a boring podcast. I'm going to spice it up a little bit. That's what he's thinking.
Nah, the cat's just he's being a good boy. So wait, you that's the second time you use this word boring. You find this episode boring? I think it had some pretty good moments. We talked about your Dave and Buster's experience. We educated the listeners on the original purpose of Chuck E. Cheese's, which was to be an adult arcade area.
It was chill.
Yeah, I would say so.
We're pretty chill. We both worked all week. We're stoned. We went to Dave and Buster's. We're just old. We pooped, you know. We did a lot of things today.
Yeah.
I was at a barbecue last night. I fell asleep on my friend's couch. I woke up. They made some pancakes, and I just went about my day.
Well, I'm probably, I think it's about time, like, I recovered from my last event and try to look for more gigs to DJ, get into some more crazy shit. What else can I do? I still also have to report some footage from the last gig off of my GoPro, and that should be fun. I'm gonna do that, and then I don't know. I mean, I would invite you to my next one, but I feel like you're just gonna bail on that as usual because you are a boring ass motherfucker.
No, I just started a job. I'm still getting into the groove of waking up in the morning. I didn't have much money. I didn't want to just go and like, hey, pay for my shit. You know, and there's money in my pocket. At least I can go, come as I please. Like, you know, come as I please.
Yeah.
He said come.
Yeah.
But
why did you spend $40 at Dave and Buster's? Why didn't you get the 20?
I still have, because when you go to get a new card at the kiosk, it says $35 is like the cheapest fast card.
Oh.
So I'm like, oh, let me just give them the fucking 40
Yeah.
at the front desk and just get the card. I still have money on the card. I like that place. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Dave and Buster's. Even though the service was terrible, the games service was limited.
If they would sponsor me and just give me a card every month.
Sponsor you for what?
Just, I don't know. Talk about Dave and Buster's.
Oh my
how
God.
much I love it. And then they'll just pay for my games and shit.
That'll be pretty neat.
Maybe
Free
like,
drinks.
Maybe at least like 2 or 3 beers every time, you know.
Yeah, I would
Some
do
22-ounce ones, you know. I like those big glasses. They give you this big glass with 22 ounces.
Yeah. And stealing food from people's plates.
Yeah, I'm not. You don't even need. No.
What?
You can just take the food off the plates.
Yeah. Because it's so unattended. That would be funny if it was us and like we were like, yeah, we ordered like a bunch of food and then we just stepped aside for a minute and it's like all been picked at. It's like, well,
Karma.
Yeah, what can you do? It's the name of the game. Like
These are arcade rules.
It's the call of the wild. If you see food, you take it.
There's like 1 quarter by it because they reserved a spot on your food.
Yeah. It's my favorite game, food. Like, that's what I do. I take people's food. That's my favorite game. Oh man.
No, next time I'm just gonna bring a Ziploc full of spaghetti and just eat it with my hands while I'm playing the games and just get sauce all over everything.
I feel that.
I'm just sitting there playing the fucking X-Wing game in the pod and everything, and I'm just like, and I'm just like taking handfuls of fucking cold tomato-y spaghetti and sauce on, just eating the fucking bag. Like, that's how it'd be in the Star Wars universe. I'd just be sitting there on a fucking like X-Wing, that I'm like eating like spaghetti out of a Ziploc bag just with my hands and touching the fucking steering wheel and shit.
Yeah. It probably, honestly, piloting those things probably feels more like operating a forklift, you know?
I feel like it was pretty legit. Like when we played, you played it too.
Oh,
When you
yeah,
did.
yeah.
It's not that easy.
You know what game I liked better? The pod racing game.
For Nintendo 64, yeah.
No, in the arcades, they had this awesome pod racing game in the
I would like
arcades.
to do that.
Yeah, but it's
I was afraid they got rid of Vader, but they had it. Vader's a good game. Vader Eternal. It's a good game.
it's just a regular ass like Oculus Vive game. So you could just get that off of the VR store. I'm surprised they have it in an arcade setting though, because it's so easy to fuck with and break. Like that shit is like.
That's why I was afraid it wasn't going to be there. It's like, oh, they got rid of it. They broke it. It was there.
Yeah, 100.
That fucking fighter jet, that fucking game, that other Star Wars, the pod was fucking awesome. It's just like, you know, it's like, it feels like you're in a fucking cockpit.
Star Wars Battle Pod.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool.
It was pretty hard, to be honest.
It is, but maybe that's like if you just got into a ship for the first time, that would be that hard.
Maybe.
Like that's why like Anakin doing it when he was a kid was like special.
Yeah.
That's like you getting into that game for the first time and winning. You know? Like going to a major battle in Star Wars. Did they have that battle?
You know, the more
Battle of Naboo?
the more technology progresses, it seems more less likely that these kind of like spacefaring crafts will be powered like where the control setup would just be a bunch of buttons like on airplanes. Like I don't think it would be like that. I think it would be something crazier, like some kind of neural uplink or something. Like I don't think it would look like the way Star Wars old school Star Wars movies depicted it with all the buttons and shit. I don't think that's how it would be in real life.
I think so. Especially if they're ships made for like close quarter battles too.
Maybe.
It would be just like George Lucas got that shit from like fighter jets and shit.
Yeah, but these are fighter jets.
You know, like it's realistic. We do that on Earth, but just in the sky, not in space.
Yeah, for sure.
They're just fucking regular dogfights. He got that. You know, all that footage is like looking at dogfight footage and recreating it in space.
Yeah. I mean, the newer movies did make it a little different, though. Like the prequel movies, for example. I think the prequel movies did way more for starfighting than anything. Like that shit looked really cool.
I would love to be a star, like all the Starfighter games. I even got that one. It wasn't that good. Squadrons. It was like $30 instead of like $60 or whatever, and it was like it. You couldn't like third person it. You're like in the ship. You're in the cockpit, but like the whole game is like it's not. It's like. Okay, thruster shields. Okay, back to shields. Back to power. Okay, back to fucking acceleration. Okay, the whole time you just like fucking fill in with shit.
Yeah.
It's barely like fighting. It's like, okay, go faster. Okay, missiles coming at me. Let me go slow. Let me go a little bit to half speed and then swerve around it. Okay, go back to full speed real quick. Okay, losing power. Go back to shields. Back shields. Okay, front shield. Front. And, like the whole thing is like that's probably how it is in the Star Wars universe. It makes sense, but it's really like complicated and hard. And they have an online play, and like you can either be like a bomber or a fucking starfighter or like whatever. And you have your different roles.
I've always wondered what it feels like to get blown up in one of those things.
It's probably quick. It's a quick death, because even if you get blown up and you survive the explosion, you're in space and you just go. You know,
Yeah.
easy.
It's still probably a little scary though. Just tumbling through space in a big fireball wreckage of like metal and
It probably kills you instantly. You're inside of a ship, just and then the pressure of space immediately kills you right afterwards. If that didn't kill you, the impact at least knocks you unconscious. I don't think you feel a thing.
would you be
So
scared?
my wing, my shields are down, and that's it. You just black out. It's nothing else.
Would you be scared flying
Okay.
into battle like in a whole fleet while like you see like a bunch of your homies just getting shot down?
Yeah, it would just be like any other war. Just like in Fallout, they say war never changes.
Would you be pissing your pants?
I don't
Like-
know.
like
Depends on
shitting
if I
yourself-
took a piss before I left.
Would you be like shitting yourself?
Where do they even pee? Do they have like a little suction cup that just like pee time?
It's probably attached to it's probably attached to the suit. Like they got an external bladder for that.
Yeah, because they don't like you never hear them go, "Hey, I gotta piss." But also, like in war, you usually don't pee during a battle anyway.
Only unless it's like a really, really drawn out one.
In the middle, like you're like, I'm just taking a quick little tinkle.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think like an engagement really ends as long as there's an enemy able to spot you.
Like, how long were they on Endor? They had to pee a couple times.
Exactly.
Like those are the scenes they don't show you, where like Leia's like
because-
going into a bush and just like taking a piss while the Ewok's like, and she's like, "Get the fuck away from me! I'm trying to piss." Like there's like those are the parts you don't see.
Yeah, because there were moments when the enemy wasn't directly like observant of the
Yeah,
friendly's
stormtroopers peed all over those woods.
position. No, I think stormtroopers they just pee in their suits. I think they all wear like stormtrooper diapers.
No,
Yeah.
they were cheap as fuck, man. They gave them shitty armor.
I,
They're disposable, and the more that die, the more you can put in the fucking news. Like, oh, look how many people these fucking terrorist rebels killed.
yeah, but
Create sympathy.
But the rebels had shittier gear, because they're rebels, They had rags on and shit.
They had armor. They had some armor. Those little fucking crazy mushroom helmets.
I think like it seemed from the movies that
They had to buy those things, and they're like, listen, we're gonna make them sturdy, but they're gonna look fucking weird.
no,
because of the price
They were
range.
no, they were all wearing those fucking gay-looking sweater vests.
It's like when you have to buy a car and they give you like the brown one.
And they had like khakis from the Gap, and they had those doofy white helmets. At least stormtroopers had the full suit. Those rebels only had like Oshkosh
yeah, but
clothes.
that's those fucking helmets. They were like, dude, I can't see shit. They're like, fuck it, just shoot into the air. And like, actually, no, I got a taste of what it must feel like to be a stormtrooper because in the Darth Vader game, you have to use the force with one of your arms. So I made the mistake of using my left for that, and brought the lightsaber to me. I'm like, no, I'm not left-handed. I didn't realize till later you can just go and switch hands with the lightsaber. But then you can pick up a blaster, and like if you do take out a stormtrooper, you can just go take the blaster and go. And that's a part of it. You need to learn how to like. Use
yeah,
your
and
hands.
you could throw those little things into other things. Yeah.
Yeah. So like using the force, I'm like, why the fuck am I missing? Like because it's not that easy. So I'm like, okay, got it. Okay, out of ammo.
Yeah. So basically, you were.
It's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
You have to learn how to like use your fucking force and your lightsaber and like utilize anything you can because there's a bunch of like droids and stormtroopers, and then Darth Vader comes and fucks with you. I guess the next scene is when like you start like working with him, but this scene like he's going after you.
Yeah.
And you have to like survive all these like stormtroopers here, and you have to actually like move your head and look around to see like, what the shit. Let me throw it into that fucking dude. Okay, shit, this one's coming out.
Yeah, I know.
And then
I
a robot comes out with a little like electron, like a lightsaber, and goes, and you have to be like, it's like almost like the sword fighting.
I saw, dude. I saw the whole thing. I watched.
it's slow, but like
You looked
it's
you
hard.
looked you looked pretty doofy while you were doing it from the outside.
Oh man, I gotta get better at it. It was exciting.
I'm just saying.
Now you see how excited I was to play that thing. It was fun. It
Yeah.
felt like you're there. I liked the idea of virtual
No,
reality.
but I saw the
games.
screen. I saw everything you were seeing, but I just watched the way your body was moving. I was like, LOL. That's really
But I
funny.
got into stance when I was fighting Vader, didn't I?
Nah, you were too busy because Vader was too busy fucking with you with all his crazy
Yeah, I
shit.
know. It was like from the left, from the fucking right. Things like doing this. All of a sudden, like it's like Luke fighting him. Like when he's like throwing shit at him, he's like going at this, and all of a sudden, he's like, "Oh, god damn it!"
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
Yeah, I know.
Felt like I was being disoriented by him, which is rightfully so. That's how it should feel to fight this fucking guy. He's just like, vroom, vroom, and you're just like, oh fucking goddamn, oh shit, fucking cunt.
Yeah, I
Like,
know,
that's
I
what it
know, I
felt
know,
like.
I know.
It was pretty cool. It's an experience, even if you lose.
100%.
I'm gonna keep going playing that game. They got my money.
You know, you should just get a VR headset and play it yourself. You could play it outside even in your yard. Yeah, that should be fun. Just get
Feel
yourself,
the breeze and everything
get yourself the
in
Oculus.
the autumn.
Get yourself the Oculus Quest. I think it's wireless too, which is fun. So you could just go outside and do your virtual lightsaber battles.
Like I used to do as a kid, but in my imagination.
Yeah, except now you have this headset on. That's just gonna virtually simulate your movements into this world. I mean, if it gets really advanced, maybe you'd want to spend more time in the virtual world than the real world.
And then before you know it, I'm just like playing it. I'm just like titty fucking an Argonian from Skyrim or some shit.
Yeah,
Like a lizard woman.
yeah. You could probably get this it's like black market attachment that goes on your penis, and it simulates.
And
like-
you just fuck all the lizards in Skyrim.
Yeah.
All the cats. All the Khajiits and the Argonians.
Yeah,
And,
it's like automatically suctions your penis. So you're just like virtually fucking these. Would you get that? Would you if you
I keep getting more and more desensitized. I'm like fucking the shit out of the dragon.
would you do it?
And it's just like blowing flames, and I'm just like, fucking stay still, you little bitch.
No, seriously, what if it was like this motorized cylinder that just goes with the virtual motions, like in your headset, and it's like.
I go into the first cave and I fuck all the Durger. All of them. Every single one. Hey, you're all Balgruff. Time to get fucked in the ass. And just fuck everything in the ass in Skyrim.
You know, it'd be really sick and twisted if there was like a simulator that allowed you to input like a photograph of anybody you want, and then it like virtually creates them. And
That's
then
creepy.
That is, see, that's
Like we're getting so close to fucking Black Mirror.
Yeah.
That's why Black Mirror scares me. It's not that it's that scary, it's that it's realistic.
I love that show, man. It's a
Because
good show.
it doesn't seem that far off. It seems like, give it 20 years. This is totally a thing that can happen. And that's what's scary to me.
That's
about
yeah.
it.
That's why it's a good fucking show, man. It's a cautionary tale, as they say.
Like even that bitch who like supposedly like set her fucking kids on fire or some shit. That whole game show, that whole thing that they were watching and videotaping her and
That's good.
pretending it was a dystopian nightmare, and like went through all that shit. And at the end, they erased your memory every time you redid it. It's still like I felt bad. that's a sick punishment, and that's like possible.
Yep. How would you
Like,
feel?
If
all right.
virtual reality is this okay right now when you play it in a shitty arcade, imagine how good it really can be. There must be some other virtual reality that is way beyond what we can think now, that's somewhere that we don't know about. Maybe the government fucking knows it. And they're like, yo, okay, we give them this, but keep this in the hush-hush.
Or maybe
This, we can like put a veil over everyone's eyes and make them think reality is like the fucking Matrix.
Maybe that's what our reality actually is. Maybe we are just
We don't
simulated.
know that,
Maybe
yes,
we are
but
just
it might
simulated
be.
beings.
But it still feels like life, I guess. Even though, how do we know what life really? Maybe life is like 10 times more like lucid.
All right, well, we'll circle back to. Let me ask you that. Let me ask you a question first, though. Like, let's say you had a choice, right? You were sentenced to prison, and you had a choice between spending 25 real life years, right, in prison for like whatever you did, or you spend 8 minutes of real life in virtual prison, but it's 80 years in your conscious perception. Which would you pick? 25 real life years or 80 years in virtual prison, but it's 8 minutes of real life time?
I would age that long in real life just because of the experience. All of a sudden, my face would just more change.
No. It would literally, it wouldn't have time to. It would just be 8 minutes of real life, but your mind would be perceiving 80 years of.
Where am I during those 80 years?
In a prison, in a cell, in a fucking prison, whatever.
You think they can find a way to that's creepy.
I mean, if you put someone through 300 years of that, they'll come out fucked up. Even if it's only been like 5 minutes of real life time, if you put them through 300 years of virtual,
it really feels like you're there.
Yeah. I would do it for 8 years, 8 minutes of real life time. I'll be like, yeah.
80 years.
Yeah, for 8 minutes of real life time.
And you come out the same age.
Yep. I would have a lot of time to think. I think I would come out better, to be honest. 8 minutes of like 80 years.
I would probably opt for it, not knowing what I'm getting into because we've never experienced this in our lives.
Yeah.
It might be the worst decision.
Yeah,
it might be okay.
You could come out completely broken, like you're just not the same person, and you never will be, and you kill yourself as immediately.
Yeah, like you might be fucked after that.
But what if you're enlightened after that? What if you're like,
if you go into it maybe with an intention, like I'm just gonna like
meditate, yeah.
But then like there'll be things that you're supposed to suffer, right?
But you'll have plenty of time.
You're supposed to suffer. That's justice, right? To the law, that's fucking justice. If you suffer too, so there's gonna be you'll be trying to do that shit all of a sudden. You fucking asshole.
No. I don't think they would have to do that. 80 years is still fucking 80 years, dude. You don't have to do anything to that person. You know what you could do? It could just be you in a box. They don't have to feed you or.
You don't think the
water.
Victims would be like, fuck them, I wish they had fucking a billion years in that fucking cell because they're so angry at whatever you did.
Yeah.
Or you murdered someone or whatever the fucking did. And people like that, like I hate when they talk about justice because I'm like, no, that's revenge. That is the objective definition of revenge. I hope you fucking rot. That's revenge. That's not like justice. Oh, this person can't hurt anyone anymore. That's not what you're thinking. Fuck you. They hurt your kid. They hurt you.
Well, they have a right to that.
And revenge.
They have a right to revenge. Yeah.
I don't think that's right.
I mean, there's a reason why you don't fuck people over.
It doesn't make it better. That person still had to die.
Yeah, but put it this way. Revenge
if
first.
I got killed and that person got punished afterwards,
first of all,
it doesn't help that I'm still dead.
But you got to understand this. Revenge is not something that comes easy to people. Revenge is something that takes time, work, resources, energy, right? And planning. Revenge is something that's only satisfying if that person fucked you over that bad, where you're willing to you basically sacrifice your life just to fuck this person over. That's what revenge means.
Yeah, you destroy yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the dark side.
So that's why most people don't seek revenge. Most people take it. Truly, that's really how humanity mostly is by and large. Yes, they'll do what they can, but mostly people take it. They don't fucking seek revenge. Revenge is a timely, costly matter that everyone deep down knows. It's like sacrificing your life. Revenge ain't no little thing, you know? So that's why it's so romanticized so often, because it's not something that most people seek. Like, they'll consider it many times, but most people don't really follow through with it to the truest sense. They'll have their little petty revenges. It's not the same. You know, there's like revenge, and then there's just like enforcing ramifications. But anyway, that's on that note, we're past the time. We're ready to wrap up. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us for another episode. It's been real. It's been a blast.